place setup they're utilizing it at PAX West. At PAX West, put on an excellent show. Both controller players.
Yep.
Now out here, this little set of buildings. This is a pretty common drop for Tfue and Cloak.
Oh yeah.
A ton of loot concentrated in one area, not often contested. I think most likely because players understand Tfue is going to be here every single time. This will be here every single time. This is his go-to spot, and I wouldn't want to contest it either.
And what's funny is Tfue is going to be rocking that no skin setup. That's just how he is. So you almost are certain if you land at this area on the map and you see a no skin setup, it's going to wind up being Tfue. A look there.
Looks like Kaz probably took about 50% of his health off.
And he's only got, the basic burst assault rifle there. And that's rough. Looks like his teammate's going to be pushing on forward. They want to make some sort of play, maybe get into an advantageous position. You saw both these players, no shields, not the case for Tfue and Cloaksy, as they should have a health advantage.
You notice through the bottom of the screen. That's down to 10 HP backing out. Opportunity gets the knock on Chaos, the shots. Excellent.
Just like that.
Capitalizing, I mean, this is their drop zone.
And immediately gets the heavy shotgun as well. My favorite weapon, to have to swap on over to for that close range engagement. Tfue and Cloaksy, the exact start you expect from two of the best players in the world. You can make an argument for them potentially being the best duo. And that's what the point is of this weekend. We've seen solo competitions up to this point. What differences do you think players can expect or viewers can expect watching duos versus the solos play we've seen maybe from back during the summer skirmish lines?
Well, you have an opportunity in duos or when you have a teammate like that to maybe risk a trade a little more often than you would. Obviously, in solos, the second you get it, that's it, you're done, right? But if Cloak or Tfue or any of these duo players, they push in and try and take advantage of maybe height, or they know that the target doesn't have any shield, that kind of thing, and they can force a trade. If their teammate is positioned well, you can finish that elimination. You can pick your teammate up. A more aggressive gameplay, it'll happen.
Oh,
just naturally.
Sure. And you got to remember too the huge difference between solos and duos. And here's the new 6-shooter weapon, currently in the hands of Vicious. One thing to point out is there is the communication factor that you have to know. Communicating, speaking with your teammate. You can have some of the biggest blunders by not being on the same page. One player gets aggressive, one stays back. That could wind up costing the duo the game.
You see right here, the team that Cookie Monster, Vicious are up against, they're actually split, which is why Cookie, I think, is taking the opportunity to push over a little bit to the left. They're focusing on just one player because Novi is up there, now pushing in towards the tennis courts, but they're so distant from each other that if one knockdown happens, you can almost guarantee that's going to be elimination.
And again, you can see how scrappy the loot is at the start of these games. Still 92 players remaining as well. Noobtron, the big 60 tag, and that should be the note to just go for Novi as they're going to begin to push on forward. You see immediately the opposing player, that's Cookie Monster, has to fall back and try to protect Vic Vicious as she's just stuck down in the box. Cookie Monster now surrounded. Vic Vicious, one shot as well. Doesn't look like a good ending here.
Tough spot to be there. The kind of the split turned into an opportunity to take advantage of that low HP situation. Like you said, as soon as the 60 tag came out, teammate called it out. Now's the time to push because you know that is almost a guaranteed knockdown.
100%. And now with the first zone beginning to close, you see Novi just healing on up, staying hidden. Has a mini as well. Looks like they've claimed Lazy Links. Now over to Tilted Towers, a place where you expect to see a lot of action this weekend. Tinny and Ifa, you've talked about this. Tinny, someone we've seen participate online, especially in Europe before.
And he's an excellent player. I played against him when he was partnered with Big Star many moons ago. Very, very cognizant of what's going on around him. It's very difficult to get a pinch on players like this.
For sure.
Now, stuck here until the Towers. We don't have the common roster of player names we've seen here before.
Yep.
But I would expect, typically in a drop like this, there's a lot of loot to gather. There's a lot of materials. You see they're just taking out every single wall they can. Competitive Fortnite is very build focused. You can, as we've seen in the past, a lot of players will build up their bases and push in the zone almost in tunnels. But in a place like Tilted, players are going to stay away from each other because there's just so much there to harvest, so much loot to get, and they don't want to risk an early elim because that's low rank. Your placement, you get hurt big time.
Absolutely.
Aggressive gameplay.
It's all the way on the outskirts of the map. You see Kayun.
Sean already eliminated here.
He's got one player just above him. That's why he's panicked. Down in this lower area, only 75 HP, only 150 wood to his name, so he can build 15 walls. That's about it. Look at this. Yeah, just staring straight down.
It's actually a 1v1. I would expect then that Flame was eliminated from either Kayun or Sean.
Yeah.
And the other way around. So you have the problem now is they're just outside the zone. Somebody's going to have to move, and they know that.
For sure. And here's the big thing to take note of as well. Still 87 players left in the game. Remember, it is 3 eliminations to earn a first point. We know Cloaksy had 2 earlier. I don't believe anyone's on the board quite yet, but again, we'll keep you up to date. It looks like the FPS wants to begin to make something happen as he's closing on in. He hears the edits. He hears the player below him.
53 seconds in the zone before it closes, which means he's probably got about 30 before it starts to get to him. They're both going to have to make a move relatively soon. The shots coming out from underneath, though, trying to knock him down. Get a little drop down. Remember, too, since they're playing the 6.20 patch, the FPS could build up and just glide away if needed.
Oh, yeah. As right now, Kayun just still playing this low ground. The zone is now here, wondering if he's going to go ahead and use this launch pad or not to just try to disengage, reset up for a new fight. Look at the ammo situation, the materials. It's all so low. The FPS is left. So now Kayun might be able to just run out unscathed. It looks like he has actually no idea.
Gatekeep right now.
Oh, this is brilliant. This is brilliant. Hello, Fred. There's the shots. Only connects twice. There's still a chance here for Kayun. That's a huge tag for 46 damage. The zone now there as well. It's only ticking for 1. Look at the material count, though, Lupo. Down to just 27 metal, 14 brick, a well-placed floor, 12 HP, the elimination. The FPS will live to see another day.
Smart play there. You see a move he pulled in the middle of that was literally like jumping over the top of his target, taking the shotgun blast, and placing the floor immediately afterwards to catch himself. You can get top-down shots on opponents without falling to the same elevation as them, just with the speed of being able to build.
See Rip to go used as players are going to begin this rotation. Now, when you get to the second zone, right, the map obviously begins to close on in, but when you get towards it, it's almost like you're going, hey, where do we want to set on up? How do we want to prepare this early on in the game? You see, with the Rift to go, it looks like they're going to try to get far, far in towards this zone, set up early on, build up some of those one-by-one structures, some protection to be able to just, as you mentioned, gatekeep players moving on in.
See a decent amount of materials on the right side of the screen there, 141. Typically, these competitive players call out just the 100 spot, maybe a 151, just at 492 brick.
Yep.
But that's enough this early in the game that you can build yourself into a box, but they might not realize. First of all, it looks like doubled back there, potentially seeing that there was a team directly in front of them as they were rotating south. They have a chance now to kind of turtle up inside here. A little shield sharing happening.
This is big. One thing we've actually seen more and more now beginning to be used are those boogie bombs that were never really picked up, but now they've been adjusted to, you know, be picked up in 2 stacks. You can also hit, yeah, you see he's hitting that corner edge. Not only can you break the base, but you see how they're hitting those corner edges? This is like 300 plus stone off of this one hut that a lot of people don't actually know just how valuable it is. Heads up play from Frizzable and Dordan to take advantage of that. Just prior to them doing that, we saw Nice and Nice's teammate, full shields right in front of them, ready to go. Seems like they've at least moved closer towards retail row for now, and here's our scoreboard.
So Nubja and Nova, the only team thus far with 3 eliminations between the 2 of them, which is 1 point. So they're in an excellent position right now, both carrying at least a bit of shield. Maybe not at the state where they feel comfortable taking an engagement. Not looking like Cloak and Tfue. 2 eliminations there, full health, full shield. Same with Frankie and Johan. Excellent positions for a lot of these players, but a number of them, even with elimination or 2 for the team, are missing a teammate. You saw, I think, 4 or 5 of the top rank thus far are already out.
Now, one big thing that winds up happening, too, is players that get in super early engagements, for example, Tfue and Cloaksy, they got those 2 elims very early. They were then able to shield on up, get to 200 health. They now farmed their entire area of materials. And I'm sure they're sitting pretty, look, they are early in position, in retail row. They're set up and ready to go. You see here, almost max wood now for Bartonologist as well, someone who we've seen play in a lot of the online skirmish events and be